You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. We often think peace is a place we go to, a quiet forest or a silent room. But Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote his greatest wisdom inside a tent on the violent front lines of a war. As we begin step 1, painting the dawn sky, think of this canvas as your mind when you first wake up. Usually, it is chaotic, just like these colors, blending, fighting for space. This swirling paint is like the morning fog of anxiety, the worry about the future, the regret of the past. They cloud our vision. Marcus asked himself, "What is it that you are worried about? The opinion of others? The uncertainty of tomorrow?" He said, "Today I escaped anxiety." Or no, I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Watch how the brush smooths the chaos. Just as you control this blend, you must learn to smooth the perceptions in your mind. You are the emperor of this sky. Moving to step 2, we paint the distant trees, the ones fading into the mist. Notice how faint they are? In Stoicism, there is a practice called the view from above. Imagine looking at your life, not from where you sit, but from high above, like a bird flying over this forest. From a distance, the trees look small. The struggles that feel huge to us right now, in the grand scheme of nature, they are just a small dot in the timeline. Marcus reminded himself daily, think of the life you have lived until now as over, and as a dead man, see what's left as a bonus, and live it according to nature. Step 3 brings us to the foreground, the dark, heavy pines. This is the most important step. Without these dark strokes, the light in the background has no meaning. Notice how they stand straight? They don't apologize for taking up space. They don't bend just because the wind blows. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." Life will throw storms at you. It will throw darkness. But look at the painting. The obstacle is the way. The darkness gives the light its beauty. Your character is like this tree. It is forged in the contrast. When you face a difficult person or a hard day, do not wish it away. Stand firm. Say to yourself, this is not a misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. The tree grows stronger because of the wind, not in spite of it. Stand straight, not straightened. Let me tell you a story about the man behind these words. Marcus Aurelius was not writing these thoughts in a comfortable library. He wrote them inside a cold tent on the frozen banks of the Danube River, surrounded by death. He ruled during a time of absolute chaos. The Antonine Plague was killing millions of his people. Invaders were attacking the borders. And in his personal life, he buried 8 of his 13 children. Can you imagine that level of darkness? That level of pain? Most men would have crumbled. They would have become bitter or cruel. But Marcus did not break. Instead, he opened his journal and wrote, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." He understood that life is not meant to be easy. It is meant to be a struggle, a wrestling match with fate. Look at the trees you are painting again. Their roots must go deep into the dark earth, so their branches can touch the light. Marcus found his strength not by hoping for a better life, but by accepting the one he had. He didn't ask for lighter burdens. He built a stronger back. So as you fill in these dark shadows, remember, you are not just painting a tree. You are painting resilience. You are painting the part of you that survives the winter. And finally, step 4, the light and the mist. This is the peace you have earned. The inner citadel is built. The storm has passed. Now you let the light in. Remember, the inner citadel is not built of stone. It is built of thoughts. It is unlocked by gratitude. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them." You don't need to be an emperor to have a kingly mind. You just need to choose, right now, to stop fighting the past and to stand firm in the present. Take a deep breath. Look at the world you created. Go out there and live, not as a victim of your circumstances, but as the master of your own soul. As we sit here, in this quiet forest we created, ask yourself, what is lacking in this moment? If you stay truly in the present, the answer is nothing. Marcus Aurelius gave us a simple command: confine yourself to the present. We often ruin a beautiful moment by dragging the heavy past or the fearful future into it. But look at this tree. It is not worried about the winter. It is not regretting the storm. It is just here, fully here. Be like the tree. In this sanctuary of paint and silence, there is no deadline. There is no judgment. There is only the brush, the canvas, and your breath. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders. You are safe in the now. But being present does not mean standing still. Look at the mist. It moves. The light shifts. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that nature loves change. We suffer when we try to hold on to a moment, like trying to hold water in our bare hands. The Stoic way is to flow like water, not to stand like a wall. Do not fear the next season. Just as the fog clears to reveal the day, change is simply making space for what comes next. Before we leave this forest, there is one final secret, perhaps the deepest one of all. The Stoics called it Amor Fati. Love your fate. It means do not just bear the dark trees and the cold mist. Love them. Do not wish for the painting to be different. Do not wish for your life to be different. Because every stroke, every mistake, every shadow was necessary to make this image complete. Everything that happens to you is fuel for the fire. If it is light, it brightens you. If it is dark, it strengthens you. As you look at the finished circle, realize that this moment, right now, is enough. You are exactly where you need to be. Paint your own piece. This is Painted Wisdom.